A long time ago, in a place not too far away, a group of Tennesseans had a dream: to save an old friend from the scrapper's torch.
Well, where are you going to run the thing? You don't have a railroad.
Well, I guess we'll have to build one. Over the years, hundreds of volunteers from all walks of life joined them. And today, that dream is still growing. It's Tennessee's official railroad museum, the Tennessee Valley. As for the future, you won't believe it. Come watch us grow 7 days a week. Take I-75 to 153 Jersey Pike exit. For information, call or write the Tennessee Valley Railroading Museum, 4119 Cromwell Road, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Besides, when's the last time you saw a museum that rolled? Come ride with us as we lay rails to the future over ties with the past.
My favorite memory with TVRM would be getting my first cab ride on a steam locomotive on the 4501.
Would you like to elaborate?
I paid for it.
Okay.
One of my favorite memories from the museum actually came from when I was in 2nd grade. I had just seen the Canadian National steam engine that had been brought here at that time, the 5288. And at that time, it was still very rusted and still in CN colors from when it was at Steamtown. Well, at the time, I was doing a little newspaper for my school, and I put a photograph of the 5288 into the paper as a way to help raise money to get it cosmetically restored. And, I mean, it wasn't a whole lot. I think I ended up raising like maybe $15 for it. But I remember I brought all that money in a little jar and donated it to the museum specifically for the 5288. And about a month later, I got a letter in the mail from Robert Sewell, one of the founders of the museum, thanking me for my donation. And I was invited to the Somerville Turntable dedication to meet him that year. And it was really cool. And 5288 was eventually cosmetically restored and still sits in the display yard here. So it feels really good to know that I played a very small role in doing that. But nonetheless, this shows that every little bit helps in the long run when it comes to preservation.
Favorite memories probably got to be last year on the Chickamauga turn. It was the only long trip they ran last year with the 01. Yeah, it was just such a cool trip, getting to hear that locomotive work. You know, it's probably the closest place that I can come from where I live to see steam locomotives working as they would 100 years ago. And I just think that's really neat. They're keeping the spirit of American railroading alive, and I think that's just awesome.
The impact this museum has had on me is it has driven me to get involved with the North Carolina Transportation Museum back home in North Carolina, where I help out in the shop and also am involved in rail ops. And the steam side of Tennessee Valley has led me to get involved with the Kentucky Steam Heritage Corporation, where we're currently restoring Chesapeake and Ohio 2716 operation.
I was at Railfest 2014 when they had just released the Southern 4501 out of the shop after a 3 or 4 year rebuild. I remember just how moving of an experience that was for me, because as a kid I'd always known about how this engine was so popular and so a lot of people knew it and really enjoyed it, but as a kid I couldn't enjoy it because it wasn't under steam and it wasn't running. To finally see that and be a part of a new generation of people who can see that engine running, it was really amazing. I find it hard to imagine what my life would be like without TVRM. Every time I came here, even just from a small child, my enthusiasm for this hobby, as a rail fanning, hobby, it really started to blossom and grow when I first started coming here. All the people that I've met here throughout the years, like at rail camp and with the various rail fests I went to. Those people have become some of my closest friends and some of my family. And it's hard to imagine what my life would be like without this museum, because without this museum I'd have never met them. They're some of my closest friends in my entire life. That is the biggest impact that this railroad has had on me. I thank them for it. I really do.
salami.
Sorry.
I'll show you louder.
Salami.
Couldn't even see what you do.
Yeah, he's always your head.
Thank you, Houston.
They're running it to your mom's house.
Origination point is step.
Let me tell you what's going on right now. Ryan Wood's over there. TB refuses to do a statement. He's Jamarius. Jacob, he's probably high.
No.
Caleb,
Not today. Starbucks and a cold coffee.
like I said, TB doesn't want to do a statement, so out of luck. What's your statement, Kerry?
Okay, so apparently I was told that Central Georgia sucked and the NW sucked. And Southern Railway seems to be the greatest railroad in the world. Well, I got something to say about that, being that I'm one of those guys that truly hates Southern from the bottom of my heart. Gabe.
You heard it here, folks. You think it's funny, Jacob?
And I ain't making this statement because they all agree with me. I'm just saying it from personal experience. Experience? Is that the right word?
I think experience is the right word.
Opinion. There it is.
Yeah.
Southern Railway sucks. But every other railroad that he said, Clinchfield's good, L&N's good. On behalf of my buddy Chris Bamber, L&N looks good on the maintenance of Wade locomotive. Personally, I agree with him. What else?
Like a long top tennis or something?
Southwest. They're actually flying today. What else are you gonna complain about?
264 past TVRM with a premix here and a haze.
Farmers, man.
I know.
They disappoint me.
I agree.